Nightbeat starts right now.
Fiesta flew by us. Now, in the days after the celebration, San Antonio police are sharing a crime statistic from Fiesta. So coming up tonight on the Nightbeat, we're breaking down how SAPD has reported a decrease in DWI arrests from last Fiesta.
51 overdose calls and 8 deaths in about a day's time. Austin is seeing an opioid overdose outbreak. So on the Nightbeat, we ask our officials what they're seeing and their concerns.
More dampness and even a damp morning commute tomorrow. But what about real rain? We'll talk about those chances and how much we've gotten recently coming up.
We begin tonight with Fiesta and driving decisions. In the wake of the Market Square shooting last weekend, crime has been a citywide conversation since the end of the Party with a Purpose. But tonight, the San Antonio Police Department reporting a drop in DWI arrests during the 11-day celebration. A bit of encouraging news. The night team's Avery Everett breaks down the numbers and tells us which night was surprisingly the worst for drunk driving arrests.
Safety is top of mind as San Antonio officials prepare for Fiesta 2025.
Fiesta is a safe event.
In the wake of several gun-related incidents, both the city's police chief and the mayor have promised to step up security efforts.
We're going to do everything we can to make sure that our fiestas, our parties, our public places continue to be safe places to be, which they are.
But Fiesta-related crime isn't just contained to one spot, as dozens of drivers each year during Fiesta are arrested while driving while intoxicated. But SAPD reports a positive change to those numbers from years past, a decrease in DWI arrests. Across all 11 days of Fiesta, SAPD reports 114 arrests were made for DWI offenses. Let's take a look at this year's data and compare it to the last 5 years, excluding 2020 when Fiesta was canceled because of COVID-19. If you take a look at this graph, SAPD's data shows that 2024 had the lowest amount of DWI arrests during Fiesta. Of the 114 arrests this year, just 2 were reported on the first day of Fiesta, Thursday, April 18th. DWI arrests during Fiesta peaked just 2 days later on Saturday, April 20th. SAPD says officers arrested 18 people that day. This decrease in DWI arrests stands out as Forbes recently ranked Texas as the 3rd worst state for drunk driving. And according to TxDOT, state data shows an average of 3 people dying every day in a DWI-related crash.
Law enforcement does an excellent job in preparing for, Fiesta every year.
Aziza Salama helps run the Free Riders program. It brings together bars in San Antonio that have pledged to provide free rides to prevent impaired driving.
We're just trying to keep with this momentum and keep going.
This year's data from SAPD shows a change in San Antonio, but advocates against drunk driving hopes it sticks around for more than just one Fiesta season. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
From statistics to stickiness, if you stepped outside today, you probably felt the humongous humidity. Adam Caskey standing by. Adam, are we in for more of the same tomorrow?
Steve, we are in for more of the same. The humidity is super high. It is soupy and sticky out there, and that has already led to areas of fog and drizzle. You don't really see it on authority radar because this is all going to be beneath the radar beam, but we have a lot of drizzle and dampness and already visibility down to under 3 miles in parts of the hill country, especially along I-10 from Bernie westward through Kerrville, and it's just going to get worse through the night. Notice our futurecast for visibility drops us down into the single digits in terms of miles of visibility tomorrow, even below 3 miles for parts of the morning commute. So more dampness is on the way. Real rain, we have a few chances. We'll take a look at where the real rain fell recently and the new drought monitor, how much rain we got in those drought areas in just a bit.
See you in a few minutes. Thank you, Adam. We have learned the man shot and killed by a DPS trooper had an active warrant out for his arrest. That's according to the Bexar County Jail and the Criminal Warrant Division. DPS says 37-year-old Luis Navarro led them on a chase that hit high speeds before he crashed near Converse. DPS says the trooper tried tasing Navarro, then pulled the trigger. This witness video shows the moments leading up to that shooting. Navarro is seen walking towards the trooper with his hands up or out with a T-shirt in his hand. His family says based on what they know, they don't believe Navarro was a threat when he got out of the car. Navarro's family says, quote, Luis was flawed and made mistakes, but he was part of our family and will be missed by many. We did reach out to DPS to ask for an interview. They declined. One of the questions we wanted answered is if Navarro had a weapon that we don't see here in this video. Navarro's family says they hope there's a full and unbiased investigation. 40 years, that's how long this man, Kevin Luna, will spend in prison. It's in connection to the shooting death of a nursing student. Police say that was all part of a botched drug deal. SAPD says Luna and another man met with Patrick Zavala in a parking lot on Ingram Road. Officers say they jumped in Zavala's truck, tied him up, and shot him. He died just months before his graduation from San Antonio College. Luna initially facing a capital murder charge, but ended up accepting that plea deal. He will be found guilty on a lesser charge instead. In a statement tonight, Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez said in part, quote, today's outcome reinforces our commitment to ensuring justice for the victims of violent crimes. For the family of Patrick Zavala, I hope this sentence brings a measure of closure, end quote. He's a supervisor in SAPD's communications department, but tonight this man, Jason Michael Gonzalez, accused of indecency with a child. Court records obtained by KSAT investigators show Gonzalez accused of having sexual contact with an underage girl. That happened back in 2019, but he was just recently indicted by a Bexar County grand jury on March 7th. He has since bonded out of jail. According to an SAPD spokeswoman, he is still with the department, but he is currently on leave. We're still working to get new information on the story we first brought you on Tuesday on the Nightbeat. San Antonio police shot and killed 33-year-old Javel Bolding, who they say fired at them. It happened in a Northwest Side shopping center near Vance Jackson and I-10. SAPD tells us before that shooting, the suspect killed his wife, 33-year-old Tanya Bolding, at a home off Southwest Loop 410 near Old Pearsall Road. The medical examiner saying today she died from a shotgun wound. Neighbors describe an unfamiliar scene the day she was killed.
Normally I come every Tuesday and I see the lady and her sister outside, and this time it was a lot different.
Neighbors also spoke about her young son who lived in the home with her. Police couldn't tell us whether he was actually there at the time of the murder. They could tell us he is safe and with other relatives tonight. They can kill. New concerns tonight over a growing problem with opioids. A string of overdoses in the Austin area now has local law enforcement on high alert. The Night Team's John Paul Barajas spoke with the Bexar County Sheriff about this issue.
I mean, we're talking less than 60 miles up the road, and so what affects them has a strong possibility of affecting us here.
Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar is referring to a deadly situation in Austin. 51 overdose calls in just 24 hours. At least 4 people have died from an overdose, but the Travis County Medical Examiner says 4 more deaths are suspicious and still under investigation.
It's apparent that there is a deadly batch of illicit narcotics in our community.
Assistant Chief Eric Fitzgerald says Austin police typically gets 2 to 3 overdose calls a day. The spike from Monday morning into Tuesday is now being called an opioid overdose outbreak.
How likely is it that a bad batch in Austin spreads to Bexar County?
It's quite possible that the suppliers in Austin maybe now are starting to panic because the heat's on, right? Their batch that they have, their product that they have is possibly leading to some deaths there in the Austin area. Well, they're not just going to throw away that product. They're going to pack up shop and move somewhere else.
That fear is sparking warnings from multiple agencies closer to San Antonio. The New Braunfels Police Department posting this on social media, telling residents to be, quote, extremely cautious, and that illegal narcotics often spread through the I-35 corridor.
The I-35 corridor runs from the Mexican border straight through San Antonio, straight through New Braunfels, straight through Austin. 96% of the fentanyl entering our country is coming in through the southern border.
The overdoses in Austin haven't been linked to fentanyl at this time, but Sheriff Salazar believes there's a strong possibility.
You've even seen it in cases with what people say a low-level drug, marijuana, is laced with fentanyl.
We've even seen it with vapes, with vape cartridges being laced with fentanyl. Again, the cartels and the folks that are into this sort of thing are using that to drive addiction.
Now, at last check, Austin police had 2 people of interest in custody, but so far no details on whether any charges have been filed in connection with this outbreak. And just in case, there are some signs to look for in a potential overdose. That includes shallow or slow breathing, confusion or loss of consciousness, a change in skin color to pale, blue, or purple, and very small pupils.
And meanwhile, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office says it's trying to educate people about the dangers of an overdose, particularly from fentanyl. BCSO started offering its One Pill Can Kill presentations just over a year ago. You can request that presentation for your community, school, or group. We have that link at KSAT.com. Steve?
You know, John Paul, like you said, 51 overdoses in 24 hours. It's not just Bexar County. It's New Braunfels. It's San Marcos. It's all along the I-35 corridor paying attention to what's happening.
As the sheriff said, these bad actors aren't just going to throw away this bad batch. They're going to try to make a profit.
Yeah, be aware. Thank you, John Paul. We also want to take the opportunity to remind you to visit our Fighting Fentanyl section of KSAT.com. Drug overdoses leave holes in families. They ruin lives. If you scan the QR code on your screen, it's going to take you to our collection of stories that talk about local people who've been impacted and what's being done to end the opioid epidemic, and perhaps most importantly, how you or a loved one can get help. It's right now on KSAT.com. Also on our website, expect more closures on Loop 1604 and I-10 come this weekend. It's all part of the Loop 1604 North expansion project. The road closures will go into effect tomorrow night at 9 p.m. They're going to reopen on Monday morning at 5 a.m. If you got caught in one of these road closures before, you know it is no fun. It can be a real headache. That's why on our website, we make it easy for you with a full list of closures, detours. Plan ahead. Just head to KSAT.com and look for this article on the homepage. It may not be your traditional kind of therapy, but next on the Nightbeat, we're going to show you helpful horses and why this ranch in the hill country can use your help.
You might have seen this headline lately. So what is Next Gen TV? Well, it's a new kind of signal for KSAT viewers who use an antenna to watch us. It gives them the perks of streaming without having to download an app. There's a KSAT Explains that talks about all the perks of Next Gen, including content customization, a restart feature, and more. Don't worry, KSAT is not going away. If you use an antenna, you just need to rescan your TV Monday after 2 p.m. And if you have questions, call our hotline to get some answers.
It's a ranch that could use a few more hands. It's a therapeutic ranch located in the Texas Hill Country, and the video you see behind me is at Open Trail Ranch in Boerne. It opened 12 years ago. It's committed to helping people with developmental, emotional, and physical needs of all kinds. And the ranch is there to help people of all ages.
We are open to the public for those with disabilities. So we service those ages 6 to adulthood, past adulthood into elderly. We have a participant who's in her 90s.
What's your favorite part of being with Teenie?
Being able to bathe her and to spend quality time with her.
By the way, Open Trail Ranch built on volunteers. This is where you come in. If you'd like to volunteer, you're in luck. You don't need any experience. The ranch will train you. And actually, the next training happening this Saturday at 9 a.m. Just head to KSAT.com for more information. If you live in Karnes County, you may have felt some shaking this morning. That's because a 3.4 magnitude earthquake was reported near Falls City today. That's according to the U.S. Geological Survey. Happened just before 6 a.m. this morning. The USGS says at this magnitude, it's likely there was no damage. It's actually one of several quakes reported this year with a 2.5 magnitude or higher. Read all about it on this article on KSAT.com. Meanwhile, let's turn to the weather situation. And a lot of places, especially up by Boerne this morning when I was driving up there, Adam, got some good rain today.
Yeah, it came down very hard because it's the tropical rain. It feels like a tropical rainforest with how humid it is. Dew points into the 70s. And with all the moisture in the air, it gives us those big, fat, driving raindrops. Just not adding up to enough to be a good drought denter for most of our area. We'll get a rundown of the totals and the new drought monitor in a bit. But let's talk about real storm chances going forward. Notice that little caveat I put on the graphic. 100% chance morning drizzle. We're going to keep having that. It's already set in tonight, and it's going to be a common occurrence in the nights and mornings ahead. But storm chances are at 20% in the afternoons going forward through the weekend, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. You don't really see anything on authority radar because what we have out there is just this drizzly dampness. Look at this time lapse, and just over the past hour, it really settled in. It's enough to just be nuisance moisture and not really beneficial. So anticipate reduced visibility and wet roadways for the morning commute tomorrow. Again, another damp start to the day. You'll still want the umbrella. It's not going to be really heavy rain, just that very light and misty activity. Here's a look at the satellite and radar throughout the day today, and the heaviest rain was just north of Houston. That's where most of the showers and storms were, and several inches of rain piled up there. We'll get to that in a moment. And other storms off to the north. We actually had some severe thunderstorms and even a tornado warning between Abilene and San Angelo. That activity is still out there, and it's going to be in the days ahead. It's just going to be very isolated. We still have this southwesterly flow aloft, which gives us little ripples in the upper level flow, bits of energy, that dirty flow we talk about sometimes, and we have some instability, but it's going to be difficult to break through the little cap we have bottled on top of the atmosphere. Some of this energy could be enough, but most of it won't be. That's why only a 20% chance going forward each afternoon the next 3 days. All right, drought monitor. No big changes, definitely no improvements. No big changes. Still the extreme drought area in parts of the hill country, and the severe drought stretches westward from San Antonio all the way to Del Rio, Quemado, and Eagle Pass. Now, within this extreme drought area, the city of Blanco, just under 2 inches of rain from the recent storms. Bernie, just over half an inch. Kerrville, third of an inch. Fredericksburg, about a third of an inch. Stone Oak, almost a quarter of an inch. Downtown, about a tenth of an inch. Officially at the airport, we've had 0.11 and then on top of it another hundredth of an inch, so 0.12 at the airport. But I mentioned those strong storms north of Houston. Look at Huntsville, Texas. 9 inches of rain. That's a little too much of a good thing, I understand, but that would be a big drought dent or even buster for parts of our area. The primary potential for the rain going forward is still just north of us, especially North Texas and East Texas. Those have been the sweet spots for quite some time and will continue to be. A whopping hundredth of an inch today, all that dampness and a hundredth of an inch. We did see some higher amounts within the downpours, between half an inch and an inch on authority radar, just in a few neighborhoods here and there across our area. But that was the extreme exception. 82 was our high. Where we had plenty of sunshine, got up to 100 in Del Rio today. 95 Carrizo Springs. Even Uvalde cleared out and made it up to 86 degrees. It's the humidity, this very thick tropical air that's in place. Dew points into the 70s. We're talking low to mid 70s for dew points. That's about as humid as it can get around here. We've seen it a little bit higher, but this is about as humid as it typically gets, and it's going to stick around for several more days. I think by this time next week, we'll start to feel little breaks in that extreme mugginess. 74 in the morning, damp sprinkles. 85 tomorrow afternoon. We'll have a few breaks in the clouds again, some clearing here and there. Closer to the Rio Grande, 90s. Del Rio 96, Eagle Pass 94, 88 Pleasanton, 85 New Braunfels, and 86 in downtown San Antonio. Next week, I'm anticipating more afternoon sun. You know, we've had a hard time breaking free from the morning clouds. We'll see more sun this weekend in the afternoons after the damp mornings, and especially next week. And then that means it's a return to the 90s. And take a look at our live cam here. Same shot I shared with you earlier. You see the little droplets on the screen. You know, it's not the real raindrops, it's teeny little droplets. The kind nuisance.
What most of us have seen all day.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Adam. All right. I think it was the singing duo Peaches and Herb that sang Reunited, and it feels so good.
How did I know you were going to do that?
How did Zach and how do Dak and Zeke feel about it?
You know, they absolutely love it. I mean, they were drafted in the 2016 NFL class together. They played last season apart, but now Zeke and Dak are back together and for sure Spree reunited, and it feels so good. Plus, Taylor Nunez and Randolph girls dominated the UIL track and field state meet. Coming up.
What do you want to prove in this new era?
You know, I'm just the guy who finished business. Here to chase that ring.
Ezekiel Elliott is back with his good buddy Dak Prescott, and both are chasing that Super Bowl ring in big board sports. The The Dallas Cowboys knocked it out of the park at the 11th annual Reliant Home Run Derby benefiting the Salvation Army of North Texas. 10 members of the Cowboys took their cuts at Riders Field in Frisco, including quarterback Dak Prescott and the recently added Ezekiel Elliott. The boys raised more than $104,000. Now, the media members that also took part in the Home Run Derby raised $30,500 for a grand total of $145,400 donated by Reliant to 23 North Texas nonprofits. I mean, that's what it's all about. So Zeke and Dak are reuniting as teammates after 1 year apart following Elliott's stint with the New England Patriots, and both are happy to be back together.
Obviously, me and Dak are close, so he wants me to come back, but he wasn't too pussy. Just respecting my decision, but I definitely felt the love.
Yeah, super excited. Just obviously knowing our history, my experience with him as a brother, but in this case as a teammate, understanding what he brings to the team, just the locker room alone, the culture he sets. A guy that does everything the right way, from the locker room to the field. Is a great guy that with us having a young team, bring guys in, people can follow and watch. Excited for him to be back. Know the threat that he's going to provide. Big time playmaker, and obviously I'm excited.
Cowboys punter Brian Anger won the Home Run Derby with 17 dingers, and Dak's girlfriend Sarah Jane Ramos and their 9-week-old daughter Margaret Jane Rose were there to support their guy. It was muggy up in Austin, but the rain stayed away for the UIL Class 3A and 4A track and field state finals today. Our Nick Mantis was at the meet to get all the action from our local runners. And Nick, Taylor Nunez once again owned the races she was in.
Yeah, Larry, make it 3 years in a row now that Taylor Nunez has walked into Mike A. Meyer Stadium, put her cleats on, and made this her house. With the state capitol in the background, Taylor started the day with a win in the long jump. Then she took off for a win in the 100, setting a new 3A record with a time of 11:46, and then backed that up with a win in the 200. Her teammate Sophia Bendet set a new 3A record in the 800 and then beat the mile record by almost 10 seconds. The two finished up with the 4x400 relay with teammates Jalea Smith and Ariella Million to set a new 3A record of 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
The 100, the 200, the long jump, that's that. But just knowing that I can accomplish something with my teammates, it means everything to me because I'm getting a little emotional. I know that it means a lot to them as well, to come out here and be on the big stage, and to help them get a gold medal means everything to me.
Really, all glory to God and my teammates. I really couldn't have done it without any of them. It takes some time to sink in. I think it's just unbelievable. I think when I'm in the meet, I get kind of caught up with how my teammates are doing, and I really just want the best for them. So it'll probably take a few days to sink in, but I'm just overall really happy with how this meet went.
My family is here. My sister hasn't seen me run yet, and it makes me feel so happy that she could be a part of this and see that all the things I've done and worked for, and I just feel like everyone as a team, we work so hard, and we're all just a big family.
We knew we had it in us, and we just keep practicing and more meets to finally get us there, and as we can see, the hard work paid off.
So it took a full team effort for the Rohawks as they had another fun day here at the state meet. Larry, back to you.
Thank you, Nick. Great job up there. So Randolph won their 3rd straight Class 3A track title. That's awesome. We got MLB after the break. All right, let's play ball. The Guardians at the Astros, the bottom of the 6th, and the Astros first baseman John Singleton goes big fly to right field, 2-run shot that goes 345 feet, and the Astros lead 3-2. His second touch them all this season, and the Astros roll 8-2. Nationals at the Rangers this afternoon for some more Major League Baseball. Bottom of the 2nd, no score until this. Ezekiel Duran with 2 runners on comes up with an RBI double to left field, scoring Jonah Heim to make it 1-0 Rangers. Part of a 3-run inning for Texas, and the Champs take it 6-0. Nathan Eovaldi won 5 1/3 to pick up his 2nd win this season. And in the Texas League spree, the missions were rained out today.
Against the Travelers, I believe.
Yes.
Good thing they're a baseball team, not a basketball team.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Larry. We'll be right back. And speaking of that, don't forget to get your first ever tickets to the Texas Eats Food Festival. It's going to be on May 11th, Smoke Barbecue. The event benefits the San Antonio Food Bank. Scan the QR code on your screen for tickets or go to TexasEatsTV.com for more information. All the time we have on the Night Beat. Thanks for joining us. See you back here tomorrow.